Yesterday we was talking about fermenting cabbage. Today we're gonna work on fermenting beets. All right, so we're gonna stick around. We're gonna get started because, like I said, all this stuff we're gonna break out after I complete my fast. Once again, the goal is to allow my body to adjust and to start implementing a lot of these fermented foods, and I want to make sure that you know how to make them as well. So stay tuned. All right, peace. Okay, family, what you see here is I'm holding a lovely beet and the overlooked greens. So one of the first things I want to do is, like we did with the cabbages, I want to break a few of the big leaves so that we can have one of these up at the top to act as a barrier, since I don't have a rock to hold it down. Because once you start eating, like at first the tight pack will keep them down, but you're going to need something to kind of prevent it from floating up top, because that allows other bacteria and unhealthy bacteria and stuff in. So also, when you're eating fermented foods or you even drinking fermented drinks, one of the things you need to be sure to use is your nose. All right, the nose, okay? So now, when you eating fermented foods, even foods you make sure that it smells edible. All right. So by us doing this, we're getting in tune with nature. Now, what I'm doing right now is that I am cutting the beet greens. Now, a lot of us, we throw these away, but we're gonna talk about the health benefits of the beet greens, family. You're missing out on a lot if you are not eating on these greens. I'm just letting you know. There's a lot of nutrition in here, a lot of stuff that you need, and you're throwing it away when you could be mixing it in with your other greens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this in with the beets. And I got a little bit of a cabbage mix left over that I'm going to mix some of this in with as well, if the jars get too full, because I'm quite sure I got enough tops and I got enough bottles around here. So I'm gonna go and handle my business. I'm gonna get my brew on, right? Because this is a form of brewing. This is fermentation. We doing Sasha. Sasha, huh? Back up away from the camera, baby.
Jenna's stuck in a tree.
What?
Jenna's stuck in a tree.
Okay, she's gonna have to be stuck up there for a while. That's part of life. Either she'll figure out how to get down, or I'll come out there and get her.
She doesn't even know how to get down.
Well, she knew how to get up. Real life, family. Real life. Let me go rescue my baby. I get to be a hero, right? Alright, she alright. She just got caught up in the tree. You know. So we got the greens up in there. You see? So we're gonna mix those. I use the whole beet, family. Look, the top, and I'm gonna cut it down like this. We all get caught up in trees, Gina. Don't worry about it. I'm glad you was bold enough to climb a tree. Thank you for having the heart to do that, honestly. Alright, so y'all see me, I'm cutting the beet. And the beet is blood red, which to a lot of people signifies that it's good for the blood. Right? I'm even throwing the root up in there. I'm throwing the root. See it? I'm throwing a whole beet. Not a part of the beet is going to waste. Right? Because I love how this process soften the beet, but yet let it stay firm enough so that you get the fiber that you need, as well as release some of the nutrients. Alright? Put that over there. Boom, here go another beet. Queen of Fools said it years ago, health is wealth, family. Right? You know, hell. If I can't beat my enemy, I'll outlast him. How about that? Right? So, you see, this process is just a little bit, once you really get good at it, man, it's not even that hard, fam. I'm gonna leave some of them big because I want some big ones too. I want some finger-sized ones. I want some big ones. So I'm gonna throw those in there. Alright. Throw the whole root up in there. The root won't mess it up. The root of the root. Because this is a tuber. You know what I'm saying? And it fits into that whole African diet piece. Man, I want to eat one of these. I love me some beets. You know, I have a crazy history with beets because my grandmother, I went to the doctor when I was young and they told me I was low on iron. And I'll never forget, my mom took me to my grandma, and my grandma said, oh, so the doctor says you low on iron. And the doctor says that beets are full of iron. Right? She said, I said, but I don't like beets. She said, you haven't liked beets. You haven't had your grandmama's beets. My grandma sat down in the kitchen and cooked me some beets. And I've been in love with beets ever since. My grandmother laid the beets out. She put a perfect balance of sweet and sour with it. And man, let me tell you, there's nothing as delicious as, you know what I'm saying? And beets, in a sense, beets connect me with my ancestors, with my grandmother, right? Because this was a food that my grandmother prepared for me, introduced me to, and made sure that from that single taste, I've had a strong relationship with beets. So I can eat beets raw. I can eat beets straight off the vine. I go to a all-you-can-eat restaurant and I'm getting the beets while other people are avoiding them. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, one, I know the benefits, and two, my grandmother, through her cooking, was able to stimulate a desire for beets in me, and I'm forever grateful for that. That was one of the best gifts I ever got. Because this is, after you start doing the research, you find out how healthy these beets are. And then on top of that, beets are one of the sweetest, if not the sweetest vegetable. Right? Because they make a lot of sugar out of beets, y'all. I don't know if y'all know that. There's a lot of sugar being made. It's a lot of money being made off this crop here. Because they transform this into the sugar that you eat. That white sugar. Yep, that white sugar was once red beet juice. So why go for the artificial? Why not go to the real source? Right? You want some sweet, but you want a vegetable? Grab you some beets. Because as you start harnessing your body and start learning to work with that microbiome, you're gonna start finding out that you got taste for certain things that you didn't have before. And you're gonna be like, damn, I want a vegetable, but I want something, I don't necessarily want the veggie taste. But here you go right here. Hey, the smoothies, man, beets turn them out. You're like, you add sugar to this? No, I ain't no sugar, that's just beet. So, you know what I'm saying, we cutting it up, going through the process. Of course, y'all know I'm gonna add some other tubers to this as well, if I got enough room. Because once again, we still experiment with those potatoes, and those yams, or what we call yams in America. Because I showed you the African yam. We already did a show on the power of the African yam, right? So what we call yams in America, I'm gonna throw 2 of those in there, throw some onions, throw a little bit of garlic up in there. But you know, that the most time consuming is cutting it up. You know what I'm saying? You cut it up, put it in. I know y'all like, brother, Tim, how you working with all this food in you? You're supposed to be fasting, brother. What are you doing? I don't know. Something said, hey man, you need to get your food together when you break your fast. It's alright, cool. Those voices speak. I'm not trying to argue with them. We got 2 more tubers. Once again, I introduce you to the yam. How you doing, Mr. Yam? Cut him up. He'll get mixed up with my friend over there, the beet. He'll be red by the time this is all over. That's one of the powers of beet. Beet take over. So understand that. Beet ain't playing. Beet ain't no punk. We're also going to experiment with the potato, see what we can do with that. A lot of us like those potato chips. Hell, maybe we might be able to come up with something a little bit different to satisfy the potato loving part of us.
Are we allowed to go over Auntie Gina's?
If Auntie Gina tell y'all can come over there.
Well, Tasha went over there about asking Auntie Gina inside the house.
You said what?
Tasha went in the
Went in the house?
Yeah.
She over Auntie Gina's? You want to go around to Gina's?
Yeah.
You came and asked me first. I appreciate that. Go ahead. I'll come over and check on y'all after I'm done with my videos, okay? Alright, fam. It's very important to always have family everywhere you go. Right? And be able to develop family that can help you with your babies. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, this is a community thing. You know what I'm saying? When I'm talking tribe, I'm not just playing, fam. I'm not playing with y'all. Alright, so we got the onion. Onion is a major ingredient in my household. I love the onion. Red onions, green onions, yellow onions, white onions. I love onions. I'm going to save some of these for another project that we got to do. See how they turn red? I'm telling you, this beet ain't no joke. Those of you that have iron deficiencies and stuff like that, this is one of the things that'll help you with it. Help you pull through it. Alright? Let's get a little bit of garlic. You know what I think I'm gonna put with a mixture? I'm gonna put some let's throw a little bit of ginger up in here. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? Throwing ginger up in here. I'm gonna throw ginger in the one that we did yesterday. I'm gonna throw some ginger in this one. So we're just gonna put a whole root in there. I'm gonna jar it. At the bottom, where my thyme? Where you are, thyme? There you go. Throw some thyme in here as well. Lord have mercy. This is gonna be good, fam. This is gonna be good. Alright, you want to salt it to where it's just salty enough. It's salty to your liking, but salty enough to keep away the negative bacteria. And once again, you got a problem. All this is not going to fit in that jar. So we're going to make something happen. Alright. So, I move this cutting board out the way. I bring this over. And this is part of the process where you get to feel your food. You get to be intimate with it. And although all of it's not going to be able to go into the jar, we're going to find a way to make it work. Right? I might have to go get me some more tops, which is cool. Because I'm not letting none of this shit go to waste. So I need a couple of jars, and I can, after it goes through the initial fermenting process, you can refrigerate it. Shh, dog. Alright, so now, here's what we're going to do. With my salt. Sea salt, once again, I ain't got enough money to do the pink salt. So I'm going to put some down at the bottom. Then, also, before I do that, I got my cumin. Use your seasonings, fam. I've been going through a cumin thing since this black seed oil thing. You know what I'm saying? The whole big push about this oil, which I didn't cut no garlic up. So I'm put some whole cloves in there. We got and you know this black seed and cumin is part of the garlic family. So I'm not even gonna do that. I save the garlic for the next project. Alright, we got that in there. Right? Then of course, I'm gonna throw a little African oils on there. Palm oil. This is spicy palm oil, by the way. I was introduced to this by my wife. Coconut oil, which everybody's talking about. Y'all just heard the next project finish up. Gonna throw a little bit of coconut oil on there. Alright. I'm not gonna throw any cayenne on this one. We got ginger in the bottom right now. And then we just gonna start trying to mix all that in. What's next? Next, we need the salt. Be generous with the salt, family, because remember, it's the salt that provides the environment that allows the bacteria that we're shooting for to rise up, right? And we know that this is a culturally appropriate bacteria because all over Africa, salt was used for exactly what we're doing right now, the preservation of food. So it wasn't just about a convenience or a health issue. It was about being able to preserve food. You know what I'm saying? Whether they were salted fish or some salted vegetables, right? So we need to be aware of that. This wasn't no fad for us. This was something that we used to do for survival. All right? So make sure you massage it in. You get it into all the pores and you massage your food, right? You know, this is one of the few times you get to play with your food. Play with your food. See, this would be perfect for Gina and Sasha to do. Matter of fact, I might let Gina and Sasha do one. You know what I'm saying? Since I can't really taste it, I can taste the water afterwards. Because, you know, well, actually I can't because that's outside my... I'm gonna have to violate today because I want to make sure this is salty enough because these beets, boy, they shining. Look at them. Look at how they're shining. Look at that. Y'all notice I'm not using any vinegar, right? Because you know this is what they selling y'all in the store. You know, it's pickled. Then they got vinegar and shit in there. Come on, man. Give me a break. Give me a break. Stop lying to the people. Alright, so we're going to start putting it down in there. We're going to make sure we get as many beets in there as possible because the beets is the star. Got the beet greens. Got the onion. We got the cumin. We got the... Whew. I know y'all like, Brother Tim, what are you going to do with all that? I don't know. I'm going to do something. I'm going to make it happen, family. Believe me, I'm going to make it happen. Give me a couple of yams up in there. A couple of that potato up in there. Make sure you're pushing it down. I'm sorry, I gotta move it out the way so that y'all can see. Come on, y'all taking up camera space. All right, that's... And one of the good things about beets is that beets will not float that much. Once you get them in there and you get them well settled, Got plenty of beets left. Man, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I try to avoid using tap water, because tap water has things in it that they got to kill a lot of nutrients. So you're going to have to excuse me. I'm going to have to kind of break the fast for a second. I'm going to mix this up. Uh-oh. I got a tight seal. I need to make sure I got a tight seal on here. I don't need a tight seal right now. Oh, hell no. Remember the purpose of the salt, family. Make sure you get it mixed up in there, or you're robbing yourself of all the work and all the effort that you done mixed up. That's brine. Yeah. Alright, so we got that. I'm gonna wash these tops off. And stay tuned, because we're gonna talk about the health benefits of beets and the beet green. Peace, fam. What's up, fam, man? We done walked y'all through doing that making those beets. So let's talk about some of the health benefits of the beets. We got the beets, the beet greens, and we got some onions. I don't remember putting any garlic in there, but just in case, let's go on through and let's look at some of these health benefits, right? This is going to, man, family, listen up. Listen up. All right, here we go. So I'm dabbling around. I like beets anyway. I kind of told y'all my little story about beets, but let's look at it. All right. Story at a glance. Raw beet juice has been shown to lower blood pressure thanks to naturally occurred nitrates that are converted into nitric oxide. Now remember, we spoke about nitric oxide, right? Nitric oxide is released when we breathe properly up here in the nasal passage to help purify the air, as well as open up the blood. Well, anyway, nitric oxide, your body nitric oxide helps relax and dilate blood vessels, improving blood flow, right? Beet juice can also boost stamina during exercise as much as 16%, and has been shown to improve muscle capacity in people with heart failure by 13%. Fermenting your beets give you all the health boosting benefits of raw beets, which are made even more bioavailable through fermentation, plus the beneficial bacteria and enzymes that result from fermentation. Beets and raw beet juice are typically recommended in limited amounts due to high sugar content. However, when fermented, beets may be among the healthiest vegetables out there, as most of the sugars in them gobbled up by the beneficial bacteria. I love you bacteria. Beneficial bacteria during the fermentation process, while leaving other health boosting ingredients intact. Fermented foods are also chock full of probiotics and good bacteria. Those of you that's been rocking with me for a while, you already know this. A large number of studies have demonstrated how the ideal balance and diversity of bacteria in your gut forms the foundation for physical, mental, and emotional well-being. And fermented beet juice has many additional benefits beyond probiotics. Raw beets boost heart health. For example, raw beets have been shown to lower blood pressure by an average of 4 to 5 points in a matter of hours. This effect is due to the naturally occurring nitrates in the beets, which are converted into nitric oxide. So, well, we're gonna do a little. We did a whole show on nitric oxide, all right? Nitric oxide in turn helps to relax and dilate your blood vessels, improving blood flow and lowering blood pressure. In fact, medicinally, nitrates are used to treat angina and congestive heart failure, and research shows a glass of beetroot juice has the same effects as prescription nitrates. Competitive athletes also use beet juice for its nitric oxide boosting benefits. Research shows raw beets may boost stamina during exercise by as much as 16%, and an effect attributed to increased nitric oxide. In another study, 9 patients diagnosed with heart failure who experienced loss of muscle strength and reduced ability to exercise were found to benefit from beet juice. The patients were given 140 milliliters, about 2/3 of a cup, of concentrated beet juice, followed by testing, which found an almost instantaneous increase in the muscle capacity by an average of 13%. One important caveat: avoid using mouthwashes or chewing gum, as this prevents the nitric oxide conversion from occurring. The reason for this is because the nitrates is converted to the nitrate is converted into nitrite in your saliva by friendly bacteria. The nitrite is then converted to nitric oxide in other places on your body. Naturally occurring betaine in beets also help reduce inflammation and protect against environmental stresses that can play a role in heart disease. It says beets have powerful immune boosting and cancer properties. The phytonutrients that give beets their deep crimson red color have powerful anti-cancer properties. Research has been shown that beetroot extract reduces multi-organ tumor formation in various animals models when administered in drinking water. Beetroot extract is also being studied for use in treating human pancreatic, breast, and prostate cancers. In addition, raw beets help boost immune functions thanks to high vitamin C and fiber, potassium, and magnesium, while the betaine, pigments, and sulfur-containing amino acids in beets support your body's phase 2 detoxification process. Traditionally, beets have been valued for their ability to purify your blood and liver. High in B vitamin folate, beet may also lower your stroke risk and are an excellent food for pregnant women. Folate is essential for many bodily processes, and lack of folate during pregnancy raises the risk of birth defects. The blood cleansing properties of beet kvass may also help alleviate morning sickness. Why ferment your beets? Fermenting your beets rather than eating them raw give you all the health benefits of raw beets, which are made even more bioavailable through fermentation, which we mentioned before, plus the beneficial bacteria and enzymes that result from fermentation. Besides pickled beets and beets-infused sauerkrauts, fermented beet juice, known as beet kvass, in rising popularity in the West. Beet kvass has a long tradition. This is the beet juice, beet fermented juice, of use in Russia, Ukraine, and other Eastern European countries, where it's consumed therapeutically as general health tonic. It also commonly added to soups, sauces, and vinaigrettes. Traditionally, beet kvass has been used to boost immune function, cleanse blood, combat fatigue, and treat kidney stones, chemical sensitivities, allergies, and digestive problems. Anecdotal reports suggest beet kvass may even improve the appearance of age spots, thicken hair, and minimize graying of hair. Recent animal research confirms the gastrointestinal benefits of lacto-fermented beetroot juice, showing it helps improve gut microbiota and metabolic activity. because of its detoxifying properties. Avoid drinking too much when first starting out. Detoxifying the body already, so we're gonna look into the term detoxifying. We're gonna find us a more fitting term, because the body already detoxifies itself. So a lot of these cleaners and stuff like that you're going out paying extra money for, you ain't even got to do that. You know what I'm saying? There's other ways to do it. There's other ways to just increase what your body's already doing. Doing so could result in overload of released toxin, producing bloating, constipation, and or cold or flu symptoms. It's called a heating crisis. As a general recommendation, start out with 1 ounce per day, gradually increasing the amount to 8 ounces glass per day. If you're highly toxic, you may need to start out with a little as a tablespoon. Simple beet kvass recipe. All right. I'm not going to go into the recipes for the beet kvass, because you kind of could strain some of these beets in here and make it. You just need some beet juice. Go get you some raw beet juice, or make you some raw beet juice, and you could just let some of the beets that you used in here, right, and some of the brine to go on and use some kvass, or you could just drink. You could drink some of this, right? It's gonna be super salty though, but if you don't want the super salt, you take a little bit of the juice in here and some of these beets, and you drop in some actual fresh beet juice and just let it sit. You think we should try that? Okay, I think we should try. We see eye to eye. We see eye to eye. All right. So now, what else is in here? Let's look at onion, right? Because we got onions in this. We got onions in the one from yesterday, right? And by the way, I didn't get to show y'all that. Hold on. Voila. There is the stew that we made. You see it? Right? We're not fooling around with this. Dude, we're gonna eliminate gut issues in the community. And just like I was telling the people on Facebook this morning, I'm thinking about it. The process for making kombucha is very similar to the process, or at least used to be, to the process of making bread. Brother Hatim can make himself some bread. We gonna have us some, that's right, some pastries, right? Bread and pastries that are made from some kombucha. That's made from that ambrosia, right? I'm not fucking around, man. Alright, onions and your gut health, longevity, and cancer. The overlooked and much maligned onion has been around since ancient times and was most likely a dietary staple of our prehistoric ancestors. It is often avoided because of its pungent odor and taste, along with the after effects of onion breath. The strong smell and taste come from the sulfur-containing components in onion, which are also responsible for the amazing health benefits in the onion. Onion doesn't. Now remember, once you ferment it, some of this stuff becomes more bioavailable, and onions become sweeter when you ferment it. Onions don't usually get the spotlight for being a glamorous and trendy superfood, but surprising enough, the humble onion is most definitely a superfood in its own right. You know the saying, an apple a day when it should be an onion a day keeps the doctor away. Onions are the same family of root vegetable as garlic, a known superstar, shallots, leeks, and scallions. They are a great source of B vitamins, especially B6 and B1, folate, and biotin. They also contain copious amounts of vitamin C, manganese, copper, phosphorus, potassium, and massive amounts of phytonutrients and antioxidant polyphenols. Some of the standout phytonutrients include quercetin, aldosylphide. Onion contains even more powerful polyphenols than their cousins, garlic and leeks, as well as tomatoes, carrots, and red bell peppers. These antioxidants make onions a natural antihistamine, similar to medicines for colds and allergies, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant. The powerful polyphenols in onion benefits the whole body and make them extremely effective in preventing or fighting diabetes, cancer, cardiovascular disease, and neuromuscular diseases. One of the primary polyphenol antioxidants in onion is quercetin. Quercetin is an anti-inflammatory ingredient that not only protects against heart disease, blood clots, hypertension, urinary disease, prostatitis, and cancer, but also is one of the most powerful and natural antihistamines, helping to prevent or lessen an allergic reaction and asthma. Family, listen, I keep telling y'all, there's no reason why we got to go out of here old and feeble and shit. You know what I'm saying? We can cash out. We can cash out when we want to. We can cash out. Right? We can cash in everything and be like, boom, I'm done. I'm just trying to tell y'all. Listen, we're not playing. Look, setting up a systematic process. Harnessing your Ashe gives you a certain say, gives you an OG call. Oh, not just a call. When you give you an OG call in the universe. According to the world's healthiest food, onions are one of the top 10 foods of quercetin content, although it varies according to the type of onion and growing condition, and quercetin absorption from onions in the body twice as much as other foods that contain quercetin, like green tea and apples. Green tea, that ambrosia. According to information from anti-cancer medicine, it's an anti-inflammatory effects, bone connective tissue, gut health, and diabetes benefits. Let's read that. Some human study has shown that the frequent daily consumption of onions can actually help to increase bone density in postmenopausal women and help prevent fractures related to osteoporosis. What's more, the high sulfur content of onion helps to strengthen and support strong connective tissues in the body, including tendons, ligaments, cartilage, and collagen, and even hair, which also, all of those are connected to the fascia, right? So onions is good for the fascia. We spoke about that. Onions supply health and antibacterial properties, help to prevent everything from cavities and gum disease to ulcers, from H. pylori and foodborne illness. Studies have shown onions to be effective against streptococcus strains and Porphyromonas gingivalis, among other bacteria, especially from fresh, raw onions. So add fresh onions to your salads, sauces, and picnic food to help ensure you don't get sick. Onion contain a prebiotic fiber, inulin, that helps to feed and encourage growth of healthy gut bacteria, which creates a stronger immune system, assisting health absorption and assimilation of food, and actually helps your mood and brain function. Inulin is also thought to be responsible for helping to prevent obesity and lower risk of diabetes. In those with type 2 diabetes, inulin helps to improve blood sugar reaction and maintain a more stable glucose level. Another compound in onions, Allium cepa, was shown to have a significant effect on lowering blood sugar in another study with rats, although more research needs to be done. Family, got that in here. But we could also go on and ferment onions. Should we do that? Maybe, I don't know. We're going to do a little glass. Colds and flus, sleep mood, live to 100 with onions. One other thing about onions. I recently read about a longevity study that surveyed a large number of centenarians, people that live to 100 and beyond. And one of the common traits they found in the survey was that centenarians seem to eat a lot of onions. Just further proof that onions are a powerful superfood worthy of addition to any daily meal. I like to have them in my scrambled eggs, diced on a salmon or tuna salad, and sauteed with mixed vegetables at dinner. Excellent. So now we got one more thing. Let's go and check it out. Let's check it out. We got one more thing that we gotta check. Fermented garlic, because I might not have garlic in here. I'm in putting garlic in here, but let's look at it. Fermented garlic. Now remember, all this stuff become more bioavailable. Fermented garlic has a unique taste and some amazing properties. The taste and texture make it very addictive. We add it to almost every meal we eat at home. Many people are very interested in fermented garlic, and I get many questions on how to prepare it. So if you are a garlic lover, please read on. If you enjoy fresh garlic, then chances are that you will love fermented garlic. Alright, some like fermenting garlic together with other vegetables. In such a case, the garlic taste might dominate the batch. However, others prefer to ferment garlic in separate jars and add it on the side whenever they like. That's a good idea. Maybe garlic and onion, right? First, though, have a look at the amazing health properties of fermented garlic. Garlic health benefits. Green Med Info has a simple list of more than 130 studies supporting more than 150 beneficial effects that garlic can have on your health. Most of these studies are done on fresh garlic, but also a few also on fermented garlic. Most of the benefits of garlic can be enjoyed by eating 1 or 2 cloves per day. And as stated, fermented garlic enhances its nutritional value and make it easier for your body to digest and assimilate vitamins, enzymes, and many others. They say it inhibits cholesterol accumulation, reduces risk of heart attacks and stroke, effective against drug-resistant bacteria, lessens cadmium-induced liver damage, protective effects against cancer, fighting multi-drug resistant tuberculosis, lower high blood pressure, lower bad LDL cholesterol, reduce plaque buildup in arterial system, regulates blood sugar, prevents blood clots from forming, reduces the possibility of stroke, prevents certain forms of cancer, removes heavy metal from the body. Wow. Has an antifungal and antiviral property, reduce yeast infections as candida, ear infections, and ulcerative colitis. Garlic benefits are so amazing, many and profound, that you should try to include it in your diet. Consuming just 1 or 2 cloves per day seems to be enough in most studies. However, benefits of fermented garlic are even more amazing. Fermenting garlic enhances benefits. Fermented garlic might surpass the nutritional value of fresh garlic. Studies have found that fermentation of fresh garlic dramatically raises health promoting properties and its bioavailability. Nutrients in fermented garlic are easier for the body to digest and assimilate, and the same is true of most fermented food. Researchers compared fresh garlic with fermented garlic and discovered that the antioxidant activities of fermented garlic are much higher. Y'all hear that? Antioxidant activity. Studies also reveal that fermented garlic contains high levels of hydrogen peroxide that is created during fermentation. Hydrogen peroxide is also produced in your body and is known to eliminate most bacteria, virus, fungi, and other harmful microorganisms. Fresh garlic contains sugar and amino acids that during fermentation is consumed by beneficial bacteria. This process produces lactic acid, which is responsible for the sour, tangy, fresh taste of fermented garlic or fermented foods. It is also highly desirable for your digestive tract and promotes many body functions. Many additional health substances are also created during fermentation, but you get the idea. Fermented garlic is pure superfood. Woo, man. About to do it, right? Gonna have us a little jar of fermented garlic and fermented, you know what I'm saying, so that you could cook with it on the side. Family, listen. Just a little bit. It don't take massive changes. Like I said, some of y'all gonna smoke. Some of y'all gonna drink. If that's what you do, if that's what you truly enjoy, and you doing it because you want to do it, not because you addicted, right? Because you want to do it. You made this life decision. There are ways for us to combat the toxins that we take in, because we're not going to be able to avoid the toxins. This is the reality, right? So, I want to thank you for joining me and love on your fermented stuff, right? Look at this. We got meals prepared. When I come off my fast, we're gonna crack this one. We'll have a little bit of that. Gonna crack this one. Have a little bit of that. Then also, I'm about to experiment with some bread. Right? So next, after the bread, we're gonna move after we do the first loaf, I'm gonna start trying to make it like a cake. Right? Using that fermented, not a cake, but a sweet bread, right? Honey sweetened bread. Oh. Family, pray for me, right? All right, so yo, this brother Tim, G&J, we striving to eliminate all gut-related diseases in our tribe. We are also practicing life care. That means we are learning to harness our ashe, or our life energy, by the use of systematic processes, as well as adhering to life-giving principles. God damn it. I couldn't have said it better myself. I'm so glad. I'm hyped this morning. I'm still a little bit, but hey, you know what I'm saying? And I know it's going to hit me later, so I'm about to get out here. I'm going to produce these videos, and on top of that, I'm going to get out here and experiment with this bread today. So bye that Imani at 9 p.m. I'm going to do my push-ups because I said the day earlier, we're going to be able to feast on some bread. All right, this brother Tim, I'm out. Thank you for watching the video. I want you to subscribe. Click the bird right there, the fiery bird. And I also have a special video just for you, right there. And for those that want more information about Nyame Journey, go to our site. It should be right about there.